Smoochum actually paid for my first acting classes.
Smoochum gave me a kidney.
I
Here's
can
the
never
scar.
betray Smoochum. Balloons and famous actors. What do they have in common? Well, they both got Pokemon episode topics that we are covering on this week's episode of To Kill A Delibird. Welcome back to the Crazy Pokemon Anime Rewatch podcast with myself, Graham, who doesn't know a lot about Pokemon, so talks about random shit. Well, we are talking about Pokemon, and since we do talk about Pokemon, we have someone who enjoys talking about Pokemon. Kellan, how is it going, Kellan?
It's going great.
Still going.
It's going. I
Every
never
day.
know how to respond. That's,
Like in the sense that you think of the question too much or don't think of the question enough, or what?
a little both. But I also just don't never think of a good joke. I know the question's coming, but I just never think of something.
Oh,
I never
okay.
think
So
to
you're
think
in the
of something.
moment. You're not digesting
Yeah.
the phrases. Like sometimes I'm
Mhm.
like, "How's it going?" And I'm like, "What is it? How does it be?
What is it?
What can do?"
My go-to response in real life, if someone that I know asks me how it's going, I'm just like, it's going,
There it is.
and they're
That's
like,
a good one.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
feel
is.
it.
It is.
Yeah.
The one that gets
going.
me is when somebody hands you something and says, "Here you go." And then you're like, "Here I
Okay.
go."
Yep.
I
Sounds
guess I'll
good.
go. There you go. Here I go.
Yeah.
What does that mean? So interesting.
It's a great question. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, this is what the podcast is now. We are going to take common phrases that everybody understands, but doesn't
Dissect them.
really understand when we break
Word by
them
word.
down word
Yeah.
by word. You got any others? Maybe
Ugh.
when the waiter comes by and says, "How's your food tasting?" Well, food doesn't taste.
It doesn't. I'm tasting it.
I'm
but
tasting it. So that doesn't make sense.
Enjoy your movie. But it's not my movie. I didn't make it.
And that one's such a trap too, because we're wired to say you too, right?
you too.
So then they go enjoy the movie, and then you're like you too, but you're like that they're not seeing, and then but you're not watching
I'm gonna
the
fucking
movie.
kill myself.
Yeah, but
Out of
that's just a
embarrassment.
trap.
Mm-hmm. It really is. Life is a trap. Did you know?
Trapped in my own flesh. This
Look it up.
prison.
Speaking of movies, an actor is the star of one of our episodes today. It's the second
is.
episode though, because we're looking at two episodes, starting with the big balloon blow up and the Screen Actors Guild. And I gotta say, these two episodes rock.
They do, interestingly enough. I think I need to talk through them to figure out why they rock, but
And we'll get there.
I mean, they're fun, right? But
They're
at the
very
same
fun.
time, they have nothing to do with anything, but they're
No.
kind of cool.
Mhm.
And I feel like Pokemon does this sometimes where they're like, "Oh, big gym battle. Should we spend money on this episode? Nah, let's spend it on some stupid ass balloon race."
Put it on the balloon episode. Give that one the budget.
That's when we'll have crazy effects and storms and rockets and shit.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
Gotta love the filler.
I mean, they act like it's not filler. That's what's fascinating.
Oh, there's so much weight to it. Yeah, it's all so important.
Well, there's no weight to it, but
But they act like there is.
Exactly. They put some love and care into it. It's kind of bizarre.
It's wonderful. Well, for a little behind the scenes look, we're recording this episode and the last episode a day apart to bulk through the holidays. So there really isn't much new to talk about.
Well, today came out on
Today is a new day.
This dates the episode,
Yeah.
but Pokemon Card Pocket Edition that
yes.
it makes you groan, but I'm still having fun with. They released a Mew pack today, so pulling lots of crazy new cards, so that's fun. There's what's that grass starter that looks like a king? It's I don't even know how to. Yes, yeah. That thing. What generation is that from, Kellan?
5.
Oh,
Black and white.
that was black and white. Okay. That thing has this ability that makes all of your energies count as 2 energies when it's on the field.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then there's a card that works with it that does damage however many energy is attached to all your Pokemon. So it's basically double damage because of it counting as 2.
That out. Good idea.
It just popped up on my Reddit. It's this seems a little broken, but cool.
I think this game's going to be broken as hell. And they'll just, if they keep pumping out cards, it'll be okay. Because it'll be like broken. And then they'll put out a new pack and it'll be like even more broken, but in like the other direction. And if it's just like super broken,
The
that's
power
kind of
creep
funny.
hit pocket real fast, huh?
I mean, there's only 3 points, right? So it's like, and there's EX cards. So there's cards where it's 2 points. I don't know. It can really go one way or another.
I opened that app once. I don't think I've opened it a second time.
It's kind of fun. I don't know why. It's kind of got me.
Well, if you're having fun, that's all that matters,
Well, step 1 is saying that. Step 2 is believing it, Kellan. So we'll see if I can
that
get
second
you to
part's going to be
believe
harder.
that, because your voice is just full of condescension.
Maybe someday you'll grow up and play the big boy card game.
You're like 10 years younger than me.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
Grow up.
I know what I'm saying.
Okay. I know. I mean, I've played the card game. Sure, it's been a while. I played it with my little nephew at Christmas. There's recordings of me telling you about that. Remember?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
So I've played it.
Okay. Well, anyway, moving on.
Yeah. What did you want to do this week, Kellan? You got something up your sleeve?
Yeah. So I pulled out this bit today because, again, recording these back to back basically, and something weird happened in my life, and I thought, I could turn that into a stupid bit. That has absolutely no relation to anything else we're talking about today. So that's why I'm doing this. Very simple little game we're gonna play. Now, Graham, I hit another what I would call adult milestone a couple days ago. For the first time, I put something in the washing machine that definitely should not be in the washing machine.
Okay.
Not counting like coins and stuff. Everyone does that. But this is something that I don't know how the hell it got in the laundry, and it sent through the wash, and it definitely should not have been in the wash.
Was it your passport?
I am not going to tell you what it is, because we're going to play a game of 20 questions, where you have to figure out, what did Kellan put in the wash?
Okay, this is not what I was expecting to do today. Okay.
Again, this has nothing to do with the episodes.
It's
just
along.
Funny.
This is funny because my starting 20 questions would be like, is it a person?
Nope.
Okay.
20 questions, yes or no questions only.
Yeah.
And you have, 20 questions to...
Is there any other constraints? I guess that's one of the questions.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I won't count that one.
Is it made out of paper?
No. Question 2.
Is it electronic?
No.
Whoa.
Question 3.
Oh my god, okay. This is hard. This is
a very specific thing, I'll tell you
organic?
No.
Oh my god.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure not. Actually,
Does
definitely
it
not.
interact poorly with water?
Kind of? Not really?
Okay. Is it a pen?
No.
No, that's too obvious. Okay.
That's question 5. Question 6.
Okay, you knew that this was tough. You knew that this was like fucking
This is a
weird
very
thing.
specific thing. You got to narrow it down. Think about the things that I do in my free time, my hobbies and whatnot. I'll give you that hint.
Does it have some association with Pokemon?
No.
Okay. Is it an amiibo?
No.
Is it made out of plastic?
Part of it.
Okay.
That was your 8th question, I think.
And it's not electronic, though. Kellan's hobbies. I wish we had chat going. Chat, help me out here. What does Kellan do? Is it a plushie of some sort?
No.
And it's not like a clothing.
No.
Okay.
I believe that's 10 questions.
Holy crap. I'm
halfway
hurting.
there.
I feel like I haven't gotten anywhere. It's not organic, it's not plastic, it's not paper, it's not electronic. What other...
It's partly plastic, I said.
Oh, yeah, partly. Is the other part metal?
No.
Is the other part glass?
No.
Is the other part rubber?
No. You're going to waste all your questions on this thing.
Holy fuck. Okay. Is it something work-related?
Like my professional work?
Yes.
No.
Okay, is it something Twitch-related?
No. I believe you're at your final 5 questions. I'll give you one more hint. It has something to do with one of my crafting hobbies.
Okay. Is it something to do with perler beads?
No.
God, what other crafting shit do you do? Does it have to do with, like, what do you call those even? Like, does it have to do with figures? Like, things that you click together and make a
Oh, the
thing?
models? No.
Models, yeah. Does it have to
3
do
more
with
questions.
cards?
No.
Oh my god. Holy fuck.
You got like 2 more questions.
You initiate quizzes when you're like, oh, he's gonna lose. Does it have to do with Lego?
No.
Okay, one more question. So I just gotta go for
You
it.
just gotta guess.
I just gotta totally swing. Was it the Ditto puzzle?
How the fuck would I get that in the washing machine?
I don't know.
No, it's not. That's already framed.
All right. Well, I lose.
Yeah, very, very poorly. I feel like you don't play 20 questions that often.
Well, I started with, was it a human?
Oh, I threw a baby in the wash. Ah, shit.
Aw.
No, I opened up the washing machine the other day to put my laundry in the dryer, and I realized after pulling everything out, well, because something was weird. It seemed like something had lost a thread. So I was pulling on this thread. Eventually, I realized I put a whole spool of thread in the washing machine, and it got everywhere.
Oh, I see. I couldn't describe. Yes, I did not describe that. I guess not. But like, I thought I had listed every material on Earth. I guess when I said clothing, I should have been like, is it fabric? Maybe that would have
Yeah, kind of. But
Yeah.
you missed the important crafting hobby, my puppets. That's what my thread is for.
Oh, puppets. It's been a
if you
while
would have
since
got
I've
to
heard of the
puppets,
puppets. Yeah,
if you could have got to puppets, I think you could have gotten there if you narrowed it down. But
that's true.
nope.
I didn't think about puppets at all.
No.
Are you gonna bring any of your puppets on stream?
I mean, they're hanging on the wall, so at some point I want to make another
You do
one
a stream
soon.
with puppets.
I do. I have an idea for a really good YouTube channel for a puppet. I just gotta make a new one.
Yeah, I thought you've had that idea for like years, though.
No, this is a new idea.
Oh, this is a new one. Okay.
Yeah, but like the original idea was just like, wouldn't it be funny if it was a puppet?
Okay.
But this one has an actual like idea to use a
Okay.
puppet with. But
So
anyway.
basically, Arlo, the Nintendo YouTuber.
Yeah. But no, I opened up the washing, and like some of my clothes were like tied up by thread. I was like, what the fuck
Wow.
is going on with this? And there was just like,
You can
I don't
wash
know.
thread.
I guess there's like 10 meters of thread. Yeah, but you're not supposed to put a whole spool of thread in there.
It's
I
like
feel like-
washing it before the
Yeah.
clothing is made.
I feel like
Pre-wash.
if it goes poorly, that thing could really like destroy some shit because it's all loose and whatnot.
Is it considered clothing before conception?
No.
Oh, can you wash it? Okay, then it's not alive. You can wash it. Okay, cool.
At what point is the third
the third
appendage.
So is that too far?
that's when the line is kind
puppet
of cut.
becomes alive. Okay.
Yeah. It's when
Thank
you can really get your hand up there and it doesn't fall apart. That's the line for when the puppet's
Oh.
alive, you know?
That's what the puppeteers generally agree on.
Yeah, yeah. Before
Well, thank
that,
you
you can
for
tear it
that,
up and try again.
Kellan, that was not what I was expecting. I
No,
hope
no,
the
no.
audience said "what the fuck" a couple times. This is something I listened to, and thank you for playing along. But I had no idea. Yeah, I really had no idea. I was more likely for it to be like Sheik, my amiibo of Sheik.
No. I would say let me know if you figured it out, but I don't think Graham got any leading questions
No, I really
to
didn't.
get to that point. So
I
I
really
should have given
didn't.
you like 40, but oh well.
Well, do you want to get into what the Dutch call die groot luchtballon race?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do. That's a
Episode
204,
204,
the big balloon blow up.
blow up.
So we're heading on still to Olivine, and we come across a crop circle.
Yeah, that's exactly
The
what
fuck?
it is. Or at least that's what Brock thinks it is. Ash thinks it's a no parking zone. But you can't park in this field. Okay, cool.
You can't park in this section of the field, but the rest of the field is totally on limits.
So it's a big
There's
X
no cars
that
here, though.
laid out in the grass in this
Yep.
field, and something drops, and above, looking up, we see a Firo, a giant Firo, and a Firo-shaped balloon. Okay,
Sick.
interesting.
The kid comes down, who's in the balloon.
This kid in the
Uh,
balloon, yeah.
Yeah, introductions. This kid's name is Skylar. Get it? Get it?
Yeah,
Skylar.
very on the nose. Also, this kid is like 8 years old, and he sounds like he's been smoking a pack a day for 30 years.
My name is Skylar. How are you guys doing? I want to be a balloon pilot.
I didn't hit you, did I?
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
So
yeah.
he explains this whole thing. He uses this big thing for target practice, and the gang goes, target practice? And Ash goes, you mean this X is a target?
Yes.
Ash.
He thought
My
it was
boy.
still a no parking zone.
My boy.
Ash is the kind of guy who makes some wild conjecture about something, assumes he is right, and moves on.
Yeah. That's a no parking zone. All right. Let's
I guess
keep going.
it is.
Move on.
Yeah,
No other
that's what
opinions.
they say it is. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, this kid wants to be a balloon pilot someday.
A pro hot air ballooner.
A pro hot air balloon
I wonder what
pilot.
that circuit's like. I want to hit a pro.
We're gonna hit a pro. We're gonna make it the big times.
That's not good for my voice.
Yeah, now you'll get permanent smoker's
Mhm.
voice. So he brings us back to what is a hangar. I guess this is where he lives, and introduces him to his dad, who's are you an architect and a sculptor? Turns out this guy designs balloons. Ooh, cool.
And I don't believe we ever get his name in the English
Skydad.
dub, but his name apparently is Tenma.
Okay, that's definitely his Japanese name. Yeah,
Yeah.
like with Haruma last week.
Yeah. He's been designing balloons, and he's got all kinds of balloons up on the wall, pictures like a Fampi balloon. Very cute stuff. I love those.
Yeah, and this is kind of some of the fun color to this episode as well. To see a lot of these Pokemon balloons, and it's a cool extension of the Meowth balloon that we're very familiar with, but now taken to all these other shapes is pretty fun, and they look very different. Like the Firo one is a significantly different design than, say, the Meowth balloon, where the Meowth balloon is just like his face. The Firo balloon is like the balloon part is his body, but then it has like wings and a head neck kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like the full Pokemon, really.
It's the full Pokemon, yeah.
Ash wishes that they had their own balloon, though. And there's a competition tomorrow for some kind of balloon race. Ash is like, fuck yeah, let's go, sign us up. Brock's like, dude, we don't have a balloon. How are we going to do that? Well, luckily for you, Skylar and his dad have an extra spare Pikachu balloon for them to use.
Yeah, isn't that convenient?
What a
Perfect.
coincidence. Yeah.
Gonna lend him this Pikachu balloon. Boy, is it cute.
It
It looks
very
just
adorable.
like our Pikachu. Classic.
Our boy. Our boy is in balloon form.
They've done it. They've really done it.
Now I've seen everything. Now
They've
I can die
balloonified
happy.
him. Yeah. They said it couldn't happen.
Finally, they did it.
So this is going to be like a race, but with a target.
Yeah.
So you do the race, and at the end, there's a target. And I guess the race part seemed kind of irrelevant, except for the fact that you have to complete it within a time limit. And then it's really who gets closest to this target.
Yeah. It's like first to get the closest shot. I assume they mean like by measurement from the center, but I feel like if it was going to be like if this time was going to be a part of it, it should be in like sections. Like first to get it in the closest section would win, you know?
Yeah, because otherwise you've got like 2 dimensions. You have time and distance, and I don't know how they were. They don't really elaborate on how that comes into play. Because you're right. When they first bring it up, I thought that they meant, okay, it is still a race, as in first to get it there. But then later they make it sound like time only matters within some limit, and then it's graded based on closeness. So I don't actually know the rules of this thing.
Yeah, it's like time is like a tie-breaking element, essentially.
Right.
Aside from having to get there in time. But
Uh-huh.
oh well, we'll see. We'll see how that works out. So, but they have to also get it to the target from 1,000 feet up. So that's very high. And the Pokemon, here's the twist: the Pokemon can help you make it to the target. And so
That's
Ash is
cool.
like, Noctowl can help. Brock's like, Crobat could get us there much faster.
Yeah, I got the new hotness, and he's fast.
He is fast.
So they're practicing right now, and with the 2 balloons, Sephiroth balloon, Skylar and Skydad are in that. Gang's in the Pikachu one. They can use walkie-talkies to kind of coordinate. And they're going to show them the ropes and really show them how to catch the wind is the idea. So Skylar explains how burners work, for going up and down. And then the Firo shows them how to detect wind currents. So their strategy is Firo kind of goes around, finds natural wind currents, and then pulls the balloon into them. So that they're using this combination of the burners, the wind, and Fearow to really optimize their routes.
Yep, and so Ash sends out Noctowl. He's like, yeah, I think I understand. Noctowl will go, grab the line, pull us up. And Noctowl just pulls the balloon, and they almost, like, fall out into their deaths.
Oh, he just yeets it so quickly. Like, he's like, look, buddy, I go fast. I'm like Sonic the Hedgehog. Where's your chili dogs? Let's go.
Rolling around at the speed of sound, the magic flapping in the big, strong winds. So...
It's been 0 weeks since
Noctowl penis jokes.
Oh, I thought since Sonic Adventure 2.
Since both.
Did I tell you,
worlds
Kellan,
collide
the
moment.
other day driving along, and I saw a bumper sticker that said, I don't care how fast I'm going, I'm listening to Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack.
Yeah, your wife sent me that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She sent me that. She's like, Graham saw this and thought of you. And it's like, oh. Aw.
It's not an amazing bumper sticker.
It's a good fucking bumper sticker. I will, you know what? I'll throw the picture. I'll make sure there's no identification image, but I'll throw that picture up on the video version. Because it is a very, very good bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ash has lived and learned. And so they can't just have Noctowl pull him along.
You're busting me up.
Thank you. Brock's gonna take a hold of the burner. It's gonna be his job. I also just in general feel like the first time you go up in a hot air balloon should not be without someone that knows what they're doing. Like, this was a very dangerous thing for a child to be piloting a balloon. Yeah.
Oh,
and being like, yeah, I can do this. And like, no, you're responsible. But, oh well.
Especially when we see what goes on in this race later.
Yeah.
Now, the music kicking in here, Kellan, very kind of fun, uplifting, adventurous. And I think this is a new track, actually. I don't remember hearing this track before.
I don't remember at this point, but there was another point later in the episode, I think, that I was like,
there's a few
I don't recognize that.
The soundtracks, there's some original in this
This is a good soundtrack episode.
Yeah.
So Team Rocket, Jesse and James, they're balloon watching. They see the twerps. They're like, man, that's cool. How long until Meowth comes and disrupts subs? And there he is, comes running in. He found out that this competition is happening. The grand prize is a balloon engine. If we get that engine, our getaways can be way faster, and we'll be able to get Pikachu and get out of there real easy. But they're
Meowth is burning up. He wants this thing so bad that he's on fire.
And he wants to do it right. He doesn't want to cheat.
No.
Jesse and James are like, well, winning's not really our strong suit, but we can probably steal it. Meowth's like, no, we're going to win that thing, and we're going to do it right. We're not going to cheat at all. And Jesse and James are like, Are you okay, Meowth? Are you sick? Like, checking for his
you must
fever
have a
stuff.
fever because you're delusional, Meowth. But Meowth's got to win. You're right, and he's going to do it straight or narrow. There's something weird here about Meowth's pride as a balloonist that we hadn't been exposed to. But maybe it's because the balloon literally has his face on it. He's connected to that thing. He wants to do balloon with pride.
Have we ever seen him actually pilot the balloon, though? Have we seen any of them ever actually pilot the balloon? I don't know.
I don't remember who usually is, like, tugging on the burner. I feel
don't
like
think we normally
one of the
see it.
humans does, maybe in, like, a scene or two, but it's not... Yeah, it's not something they call attention to in the show. No.
Yeah. They also say that Meowth has a temper, and then one of them's, I think it's James, like, I wonder if he has a distemper, which was not a word that I knew.
Distemper?
Yeah.
I mean, like distemperance?
It's canine distemper virus is a viral disease that affects a wide variety of mammal families.
Oh, never mind. I had no idea what that meant either.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that either.
It's often fatal in wild animals. Very common in Quebec.
There's also raccoon distemper. Wow.
And skunks, but it's not transmissible to humans. The more you know.
Good to know.
Anyway.
Well, night has fallen, and Team Rocket's going to make sure there's no competition, if you know what I mean. And by Team Rocket, I mean Jesse and James. Meowth, remember, straight or narrow. The rest of them, they don't believe in that. Something fishy's going on, and they've got hammers and saws to do it, and that's what we see for now.
The next day, the balloons are up. We got some sick balloons, Wigglytuff, Electrode, Hoppip balloons. All wonderful. I love it.
Yeah, there's this other one that a Magmar is providing the flame for. It's just color-themed Magmar. It doesn't look like a Magmar the balloon, but Magmar is... Actually, I'm not even sure if we see a human on it. It's like the Magmar's balloon. I think we do, but they always zoom in on the Magmar.
But it really is just Magmar, yeah. May as well be. Skylar really wants to win the engine, and then there's a whole thing about like, oh, you work as a team, and teamwork is what it takes to win. You guys are a great team.
Teamwork
blah,
is
blah,
the dream.
Blah. Team Rocket, they're entering, they're signing up, filling out the form, and like, oh, we gotta put our names. Don't forget to put down Meowth's name. And the guy at the registration's like, you don't worry about putting down the name of the Pokemon you're using. And Meowth pops up. He's like, what do you mean using?
What do you mean using? I'm using them.
They're just along for the ride.
Yeah, and there's this whole exchange. Jessie ends up saying, Meowth, that's right.
I missed that.
Yeah, she says it like Meowth, comma,
Meowth,
that's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I noted one says, James says he's quite an expert in hot air.
Ooh, so that's good.
That was the one I liked. But no,
Meowth,
there
was something about Meowth popping up there with, what do you mean using?
What
and
do you mean
so
using?
Angry, and it was really good.
It's very funny. Especially because, like, the guy then is so shocked. Like, the fuck, a talking Meowth? What, and he's berating me now? What is going on?
Yeah, right.
I should not have taken that LSD.
Yeah, he's like, microdosing, they said. It would help with the anxiety, they said.
Now I'm seeing talking cats everywhere.
Yeah, what the heck?
Even more balloons. We see a Blissey and a Diglett balloon. Also very good. It's time to start. And Dad's like, don't, even if you lose, try to enjoy the experience. And I'm like, shut up, Dad. It's about winning. You want to win. Come on.
He says that, but the music says otherwise, because this like military march is coming in. I don't think anybody's enjoying themselves. It's about blood and vinegar, and we are out to win. The gang sees the Meowth balloon from a distance, and here we get the bit of a Team Rocket chant. It's a little different.
Prepare for trouble. We're going to win it. We can hardly wait to begin it.
Nice.
Blasting, blah, 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 Jesse James blasting off in a hot air balloon. Surrender now, twerps, or prepare to lose to us soon. And Meowth's like, I'm the one that's flying the plane. Ah.
Meowth's still so mad. He's like, fiery. He's saying he's got to prove about the hot air balloon being their thing.
Ash, for the third episode in a row, just like, you're team losers, so get lost.
Oh,
constantly calling them losers.
Running.
Yeah. I love it.
It's very good.
But yeah, Meowth is so fired up. Like, his eyes are on fire. He's on fire. He's like, this is something I'm actually good at, so I need to prove myself, and we're going to do this on the up and up. Brock's like, either Meowth has a burning desire or a real bad eye inflammation.
Everybody's a doctor now in this episode. Everyone's diagnosing Meowth.
He just wants to prove himself. He just needs his pride,
Oh, it's good. Oh. I like the side of him. Yeah. It kind of came out of nowhere. Where like, because even like you said, you're like, really? Meowth cares about the balloon?
Yeah.
But, I don't know. He does.
Meowth's usually the one that's like, fuck playing it straight. We're gonna be bad.
Oh yeah,
and
this
do
is
crime.
a role. This is a role
Definite
reversal here. Yeah.
Yeah. The race is on. The balloons start going up, but a few of them start to pop, and then baskets are falling apart.
Ropes are breaking. Oh, the huge manatee.
Something funny is going on. So they're on the walkies. Come in, Skylar. Come in. Skylar's like, this isn't a coincidence. Sorry, this isn't a coincidence.
Sky Dad, check out your equipment. Well, Ash's balloon seems fine. Team Rocket closing in behind them. Meowth thinks that they are by the
books.
What the hell did I write? Oh, yeah. Meowth thinks that they're by the books, so he's kind of... He doesn't know what's going on either, Meowth saying that we're still on the up and up.
This is where I noticed that there was some music that I did not recognize. I thought it was pretty good. But
something's ramping up here, nice tune.
Yeah, it's like other people have to rely on Pokemon to move their balloon. Jesse and James are like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Meowth is a Pokemon. He's
so
flying
if he is steering it, then a Pokemon is steering the balloon.
So that was good. Ash just does not care if he loses now. He just can't let Team Rocket win. Even if they are doing it straight. Like Meowth is telling the truth, as far as he knows. And he still doesn't believe Meowth. That they're not cheating.
But there's evidence that something is amiss here.
Yeah, but even before there was any evidence, Ash was like, no, you're losers. Get out of here.
Right.
Won't let them do anything.
We saw it's taken him a long time to start stereotyping Team Rocket, because he used to be like almost very innocent about them, and now he's like, "You motherfuckers, get the fuck out of here."
You used to be like, maybe they're changing. Maybe they're going to do
every
good.
Episode.
Now he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. You're lucky I don't have a gun.
So
Pokemon,
who's to say what's right or wrong?
Yeah. So Meowth, though, he knows the big trick is to, take good care of your balloon. And that must be why so many competitors dropped out early, because they weren't taking good care of their balloon. Jesse and James are like whispering to themselves, it's all right, it's time for step 2 of the plan. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What do you mean plan?
And they're like, well, I guess cover is blown. Wheezing, smug up. And so I like this, because Wheezing comes out, and then we got the shot on Wheezing, and then there's like a corner shot of Meowth being like, no, don't do this. And then a corner shot of James. He was like, screw you, we're gonna do it. Use smog. And then Wheezing smogs, and it covers up both James and Meowth's little corner shots too. Which I like that a lot. It's just a little technical thing that I was like, ooh, chills.
Yeah, good effect. Yeah, feels real, feels immersive.
Bulbapedia points this out as an error, and I'm like, no, that is just a creative choice. What are you talking about?
You gotta hate when that happens, where it's like,
come on,
really what an error.
Not now.
Anyways, yes, I agree. That's a creative decision. And with the other balloons falling out of the sky, kind of a cool look overall. Feels very ominous. Fearow and Pikachu balloons do rise above it, right? So they're sitting right above the smog. And Meowth is livid at Jesse and James for breaking the rules, you little fucks.
We're gonna be disqualified!
Yeah, you are.
Jesse and James, they're like, breaking rules, it's standard operating procedure for Team Rocket. This is nothing new. So Jesse has Arbok Poison Sting to pop the balloons, and the last balloon, the Magmar balloon, goes down, which is our final not plot relevant balloon.
Yeah, so we're down to the big 3, Meowth, Fearow, and Pikachu balloons.
Cheating makes competing fun, one of them says.
And Meowth just attacks Jesse and James now.
He's fucking done.
Slices them up.
I may be a loser, but I still have my pride.
So they just have a big brawl in the air, right?
Yeah.
And it ends up with Jesse and James tying up Meowth.
He still thought he had a chance to win. They're like, yeah, 1 chance in a billion. Got him. He'll have to find his self-esteem somewhere else, they also say.
And maybe he can find it in these storm clouds that come rolling in. Wouldn't be a Pokemon adventure without a storm that comes in out of nowhere.
He's like, okay, I gotta take command of this thing or else we're all gonna die. But James has another plan, because they've souped up the balloon with rockets.
Ooh.
Meowth again is like, that's against the rules!
In the Great Ballooning Act of 1937, any
No
sort
rockets.
of fuel propulsion that's horizontal was disqualified.
And so they're gonna prepare for victory and blast off again as they rocket through the storm. Like a good blasting off again.
This sends them flying in a way that totally doesn't make any sense. Because like a physical sense, because the balloon itself would be now drag, right? So I don't know.
It's like with Noctowl earlier. He's pulling the basket, but not the balloon.
Exactly. Yes. It would be like that. I think the balloon would end up like flipping, and then air would catch in the balloon, and you get dragged down, I think.
They would need to put another rocket on top of the balloon. There you go. Like
some kind of stabilization. Right. It's a Zonai thing.
Gotta ultra
Lessons
hand that
from
baby.
the Zonai. Gotcha.
Well, the others are still going, and there's some real intense music going on, because the gang is about to fly like into a cliff, into a mountain. Their flame is getting low though, and it's starting to kind of spark. One of the poison stings from Arbok must have damaged it, and so their balloon is starting to lower. And finally, Sky Dad has to chime in and be like, "You use a fire Pokemon." Like Magmar was doing.
The moment this happened, I'm like, Kellan is gonna think it's so dumb that Ash didn't think of using a fire Pokemon.
It is.
Because I mean, there's even been examples in this race. But he's like, oh no, the fire's out. What do we do?
What are we gonna do?
Even after the dad says use a fire Pokemon, it's gonna be Brock who's like, Cyndaquil.
You've got Cyndaquil.
So Ash is sitting there being like, I guess we'll die.
So Cyndaquil comes out. He almost falls off the little burn thing, which was cute. But he goes for a flamethrower. and we're heading right into this big rock, and this music is real good. I think this was one track that was in one of the movies. And he goes max power, and they're able to get up just in time to get over that mountain without crashing.
Just clears it. Team Rocket has cleared it also, so we've got Pikachu and Fearow Balloons now chasing close behind the Team Rocket, who had rocketed up to this area. Meowth admires their Cyndaquil usage from afar. He's like, wow, that was a really clever trick that they got there. Some really top ballooning.
So James is like, nah, screw that. And just fires missiles at them.
Twerp target practice time.
The gang gets hit by one. Ash is able to catch Cyndaquil, though. Makes a good catch. And he gets hit again back into the balloon. And Cyndaquil's going to keep doing fire, but Pikachu just looks at Ash, who's hurt. And he just he snaps. And he takes it into his own hands. He gets up on the balloon. He starts to spark up. And James is like, oh, you're going to try to bolt us again? Nah. Turns the rockets around. We're off again.
And the music that's been building up goes
so
crazy here. I was like, fuck yeah.
Especially because then Ash is like, Noctowl, screw the balloon, let Pikachu ride on your back and go chase Team Rocket. I'm like, oh, yes.
Yeah, fusion dance.
Oh my
Pikachu's got wings. They're coming in like the level in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 where Tails and Sonic are on top of the plane, and you can jump off and attack. So hype when I was a kid. They look just like that. They're coming in hot on Team Rocket. Fearow is helping as well. Very interesting. Drill pick dodging rockets. Looks cool as fuck. Love the animation here.
Mm-hmm. Only thing is, it's a little choppy. I wish they would have put a few more frames in there. Make it nice and smooth. That would have been, chef's kiss.
Yeah. But it's not bad. It's not
bad, no.
It's no Bulbasaur PNG.
But it's true. This music that's playing, I've pointed it out before. I love this song, and I think I figured out how to describe what I think it is, how I think it feels. It's like at the end of a video game, you're fighting the final boss, and you've gotten through phase 2, and then the cutscene starts, where it you look like you have the upper hand, but then the boss comes in, and he just gets a real big hit on you, and it looks like you're going down, you can't really do it. You're weakened. You can't get it. And then, as soon as the boss is about to deliver that final blow in the cutscene, that's when all of your allies from throughout the game have shown back up. They've intercepted the hit, and they've recharged you, and you, seamlessly blend back into the fight where you and your allies are just fucking going to town on this boss. And that's how it feels. That's exactly how I feel when I hear this song.
It was an amazing description. It's making me think of a song from Final Fantasy IX where that exact thing happens. I'm just looking through the track listing to see if I can remember what it's called. I don't know if I will be able to remember, but that exact thing happens. And the song's got to do something with friends, doesn't it? I don't know. It's all about the power of friendship. But when
it really is.
Oh, it's called Not Alone. It's called Not Alone. And it's so hype because you've run off. The main character is having some existential shit, and you're against all these enemies, and then one by one, the rest of the allies start popping in while this song is playing, and it gives me chills, hair on the back of the neck. So, yeah, I vibe with that description. Because we're not even talking about the same games, but that's such a common trope, but it's an effective
I'm not even talking about a game. I'm just talking about a theoretical game where that happens, and that's the feeling you get.
Cool.
All those allies coming back, and then, the music picks up, and you're like, oh my god, we can do it. We got this. We're going to crush him. And then that third phase boss is really, really easy, but it's really cinematic. I love that.
And it's really fucked up looking. Whoever you were fighting, it was he was a dude in phases 1 and 2, but in phase 3, he's now a giant skeleton with 12 arms and 3 wings. And you're this guy, okay. I guess we're killing God now. Okay.
Yep. This might be a hot take when it comes to video games, but with something like Breath of the Wild, a lot of people complained that the final boss was really easy, and I was like, I'm good with that, because the first phase of Calamity Ganon, that's a decently tough boss fight. You have to be good at combat in order to beat that. And then the second phase, the Dark Beast, where you're on the horse shooting at it with the light bow,
it's pretty epic.
It's super easy.
That was a pretty epic ending, though.
It's so cinematic, and I feel like it is so anticlimactic if you die at like the end of the fight, at the end of the last phase of the fight. I feel like that's so I want to go into that last phase and know that as long as I am somewhat competent in fighting this thing, that I am going to win, and it's going to be fucking badass when I do.
That's a bit of a hot take, but not a bad one, actually. Like, the other thing I like is just, was when the hardest boss isn't even the final boss. Like, there's like a side boss that's like actually the
the secret boss, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how they do it in like Souls games. So.
Like let the first phase of the boss be hard. I'm good with that. I like a hard final boss. But after I've beaten like that first phase and I've gotten like the sick story cutscenes and stuff, and we're going into the end fight, I don't want to die. That's so lame. That's so anticlimactic.
Well, that is pretty much how Zelda games do it. Is that second phase usually isn't that hard, but it's like really like crazy.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. It makes me feel so powerful, you know?
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom does that too. It's a really
it's so good. Oh my god.
Battle. And it's not like too hard, but it's just like it gets you going. You're like, whoa, okay.
It's been out for like over a year now, but spoiler alert if you haven't like Zelda shows up as the dragon, and Ganon has swallowed his stone, and he's a dragon, and now you're like riding around on Zelda Dragon to go hit Ganon Dragon in the spots. Like, oh my god, it's so good. It's so easy, but it's so good.
Get spoiled it, but yeah, it's a dragon battle.
Oh, it's so good.
I know, I liked it too. I was like,
loved that ending.
This is hype.
It's fucking hype as hell. Anyway, where were we?
Well, that was all just to describe the music.
Yeah.
We're at the Firo is helping attack.
So yeah, instead of dragons, badass dragons, we have Firo and Noctowl.
Yeah.
Blows up the rocket thing. They're like, the missiles are missing, and we'll be missing the award ceremony. Ah. Noctowl, Pikachu approach it. He thunderbolts. Kaboom. They go blasting off again. Sweet, sweet.
Now we're almost at the time limit for the race. There aren't many balloons yet left. But
it's just the two of them.
Two come up on the site. Wow, okay. And they throw their markers. There you go. This is when I realized that the markers are like Oddishes.
Yeah.
So they look like Oddishes. I didn't realize that until now.
The first time we saw them, I was like, I wrote it down as like a turnip. I was like, it looks like a turnip.
Yeah.
But no, we see the face this time. Yeah, it's Oddish. So I was like, oh, that's cute. Yeah.
And we don't see what happens. It cuts away to the ceremony, and it's declared there are two victors because both of these markers hit the center at the exact same time. What are the odds?
I don't buy that. I don't believe that they are exactly the same distance from the center. I think they were just like eyeballing it because they didn't want to bother anymore. They were tired of it because like all these balloons went down.
Today was a day.
Whatever. It's been a goddamn
We
day.
don't give a fuck.
This isn't like curling where they bring out the circular ruler
the little
thing.
Measuring thing. Yeah, and everyone's holding their breath. And
wait to see if that needle goes past the line.
Whoa, my god.
Oh my god, it's 4 points instead of 3. Crazy. So yeah, they win. Both of them win. It's a tie. No ballooners were hurt also. Also, I gotta say, I cannot believe they didn't just restart the race. It's clear that there's been massive amounts of sabotage.
Oh yeah,
and they weren't like, okay,
no one should win.
We're gonna take a mulligan on this one and try it again. You know?
Yeah. Well, but no, they're like, yeah, well, that happened, and there's 2 winners, so there you go. Now we will honor that there's 2 winners. However,
there's only one
engine, so we're gonna cut it in half, and both of you can have half. And Ash goes, no, I would rather Skylar have it than it be cleaved in 2.
Oh, don't divide it in twain, please. Let the poor boy have it.
Ash just says, well, Skylar really wants it, and we don't even have a balloon.
We don't have one. So.
Why don't you take it?
That would be a real pain to lug around to Olivine.
Yeah, what the fuck are they gonna do? Although maybe they could gear it up to work on something else. Like they just strap it to a log and blast themselves to Olivine. I don't know.
And these items that they win, there's been continuity. The Sunstone stuck around until they used it. We saw the King's Rock kicking in the backpack somewhere. So yeah, they would have to drag that engine around.
Yeah.
But Ash graciously lets them have the engine. Dad is like, well, we're going to soar higher than ever. Oh my God. Cool.
Oh my God, indeed.
They head back out to Olivine, back down on Earth. The journey continues, but our hopes are still flying high. And that's the episode. Good episode. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it was fun. So, Literary Hour, I'm going to talk about a series of books, or a story from a series called Father Brown. This is by G.K. Chesterton, this is like old detective stories, but he's like a Roman Catholic priest, I believe, who solves crimes. I've never read any of these. They're
Nice.
from early 20th century. And yeah, apparently there's like a whole bunch of different stories, but then they kind of come in collections. The trope I want to bring up is this one called Everyone Has Standards, where there's a kind of a villain or an antagonist character who's kind of known to be seedy, whatever, but even they have like a line or a code, a sort of honor among thieves kind of thing. That's what we see from Meowth here, is he's showing where he does have some pretty high standards when it concerns things he cares about. Now, there's the Father Brown story called The Crime of the Communist, okay?
Oh, no.
Where the man was framed for murder. He was apparently a communist who wanted to bring down the church and state in a bloody revolution, but Father Brown says he was still an academic of the old school who would never dream of smoking while he was drinking his port. And that made him noble, apparently. And I'm like, what the fuck are these Father Brown stories? These sound wild.
Sure, yeah, okay, that makes total sense.
He may be a communist, but he would never have a cigarette while he's enjoying his dessert wine. That is insane.
Only a student of the devil would do that.
Exactly. He's a communist. He's not an anarchist, for Christ's sake. The priest says that.
Oh, man. All right, let's rate this episode, shall we?
4 time plastic ping pong pitcher of objective rankings. We're going to pull 2 categories at random from Kellan's bucket of ping pong balls. What category do we got first?
First category will be not how the game works.
There's no balloons in the games.
Yeah, there's no balloons. Let's look here through the notes. There's no crop circles. I don't know. There's not much like game mechanics going on to harp on.
Pikachu and Noctowl can't team up.
Yeah, there's no double battles yet. Come on.
Well, and double battles don't have them like ride on each other, do they?
Not like that, no.
Like a specific combo kind of thing.
Yeah.
Aren't that many moves? I don't know.
No,
you can't
really
use
isn't.
Arbok to take out an engine.
Yeah, they're attacking the humans,
there isn't
which you
really
can't do.
like an explicit call out of like a mechanic.
No.
Yeah. So this gets a higher score if there's like blatant game violations.
Yeah.
If it just has nothing to do with the game, where do we score that? This is new territory, Kellan.
Well, it's the same scale. It's just like a low score, really. It's like there are things we can point out, like you can't attack humans.
Well, it almost wants me to put it in a 5 territory because it's like so adjacent to the game. It's like they invented a new game. It's like, this is actually based off Pikachu's balloon race. But that only came out in Japan for the Neo Geo Color, you know? This was actually a limited Wonder Swan release that Nintendo did in collaboration. Pikachu's balloon.
I would say that it just gets like a low score because like there aren't blatant violations. So it's like a blatant violation would get up high. I'm still gonna give it close
to the mid region just because of how game adjacent it is, or not adjacent, game parallel it is. Like game orthogonal. It's like making me want to think of a new dimension that has not existed. It's like, what if Pokemon came out on the Virtual Boy? They might have had a balloon racing Virtual Boy game. And for those reasons, I will give it a 4.9.
So yeah, you're saying like 5 is the kind of the neutral zone, and like if it's more game accurate, it would go lower. My thinking is more, it just kind of starts at a 0, and then for the more violations that stack up, it gets higher and higher. So which is fine, because if we score things differently, that creates more variance, which is nice. So I'm gonna go 2.4. That's a 3.65 for that. Second category will be the character of the day.
Skylar and Skylar's dad.
Skylar the smoker.
A weird smoking kid. I don't know if I liked it that much. Skylar's dad, I kind of liked the design. He was sort of like Bob Rossian.
Yeah. There's tiny little glasses.
Kind of looked like Yugi's grandpa in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of liked his design. Skylar didn't do much for me.
He's very soft-spoken as well, the dad.
The dad.
He was oh, this guy seems like a nice dude. You just want to have
good
like
dad.
have a coffee with him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Pick his brain.
Yeah, he was kind of like a good professor, you know?
Yeah. But Skylar's whatever. He's a
Yeah.
kid. I don't
Skylar's whatever. He's just a weird, obnoxious kid.
Yeah.
Well, he's not even obnoxious. Just his voice is funny.
know.
Give me them, it's another fucking cigarette brand. Give me the Camels. Down there.
Camel, Marlboro,
carton.
Export A.
Export
I
A.
don't smoke. I'm just leading here.
Yeah, so they don't stand out, you know?
No,
That's the
no, I
problem.
don't love Skylar. The name is so on the nose.
I
that
do
I'm
like the
is
name,
that
though.
so bad that it's good?
I
Is
like
that
it.
where we are?
I think that's funny. But,
Okay, well, I'm going to go with a 3.
3, because, like, I mean, it kind of makes sense, because, like, the dad is the balloon guy. So, you know, he has the kid, and he's like, Skylar? Huh? Huh?
He
And his
will
wife's like,
rule the air.
God, I can't believe I put up with you.
She's like, over my dead body. And that's why she's not in the episode.
No, I like the world we've set out for the dad, and I'm down with the name pun Skylar. I'm gonna go 4.5.
Okay.
That's 3.75 overall. A 3.7 for the big balloon blow up, which is not. I would put it much higher. I thought it was very fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's at least like a 6.5
Yeah.
if we're ranking it. But the 4-pour does what the 4-pour does, so
It is.
can't
it
argue
is
with that.
Truth in all matters is the only objective truth in the
And
universe.
I'm really excited what that objective truth is going to tell us about episode
Mm-hmm.
205, The Screen Actor's Guilt. God, this is a
Banger
bonkers
name.
episode.
Great
Banger
episode.
name, crazy episode. It's definitely filler. It has nothing to do with anything,
So fun,
but
though.
it's fucking hilarious.
It's very good. We're moving ever so close to Olivine, as we do. Looks like we're at the scene of a scene right now. The
Ooh.
gang is. There are many beautiful girls charging towards them. Brock's
Screaming
like,
women. Brock's like, they must know that I came into town,
Must
but they
have
just
heard I'm
run
here.
on by.
oh, they're so excited they forgot to stop. Oh, Misty. Rude. But Brock's doing this great, like, animation as he's, like, running in place, ready to
Yeah.
go after them. Loved that. When some shady guy from an alley tells them to
Hey,
take
kid.
this.
Psst.
Hold on. Grab this. I'll be back soon.
Psst, hey kid, you want some death sticks?
You want some meth?
No, I just tells him to hold this for him. What is it? Maybe it is meth.
Who knows?
On
runs
his
off.
way out, he drops his hat. It's got a P on it. That's interesting. This hat will tell us something soon. What's in the package, Kellan?
It's a Smoochum.
Who smooches?
He's
Everyone.
so cute.
The fuck is a Smoochum? Okay, it's smooching everyone. Pikachu tries to avoid it, which is very cute, but gets kissed, and then we dex it. So what
Love
about
it.
the kiss Pokemon? What's this thing all about?
Smoochum is baby Jinx. That's really that's it, pretty much. You know,
Yeah, and in terms of games, like the babies don't fucking
the
matter,
babies
right? So
are useless.
yeah,
Jinx is
but
a whatever
like,
fine
you do
Pokemon.
use breeding to kind of do some really fine tuning, right, or something. Like
yeah,
certain moves or
certain
something.
moves, IVs, whatever. But like, regardless, babies don't really
Do much.
do much of anything. The babies have some of the lowest base stats in the game, but
They're
like,
entirely
babies.
there for world building, then to be
Yeah.
like Pokemon grow up.
And like in Gen 2, wild Smoochum isn't even a thing. Like you can't find them in the wild. You have to breed them. Why was it there, really?
Yeah, because it's like most people aren't going to see one in their place,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So
It
it's
looks
weird.
more like a duck than a Jinx, kind of.
It looks like a
um,
baby Muppet.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like Muppet babies.
You mean literally Muppet babies, not
Yeah.
like a Muppet as a baby. But you mean like
It looks like it belongs in the Muppet
proper
babies.
noun Muppet babies. It absolutely does. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have a diaper on it, does it?
I don't believe so.
But it could.
You
Like I
need
could
a
see that
baby.
thing wearing a diaper. Sure.
But Smoochum is just like the better form of Jinx, because like Jinx is terrifying. Smoochum's just cute, you know?
Smoochum is super cute. Yeah,
Adorable.
sassy little duck, cool haircut. Smoochum's got bangs. And then you're like, how did it become Jinx?
Right? I also just love Smoochum because I have memories of it in Pokemon Channel. We brought that up in a recent
Ah,
episode because it
yeah.
does the like aerobic workout channel, and it's so
Oh, that's
cute.
fun.
It's very adorable.
Imagine being bonded with this cute little Smoochum and then it evolves into a Jinx. And you're
Right?
like, oh, God.
That thing's holding an Everstone forever.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, so that's Smoochum.
That's Smoochum.
It likes to kiss.
Yeah. That's so cute. And it's only cute because it is a baby. If it was a grown-ass adult, wouldn't be
Well,
as
when
cute.
Jinx is kissing, it's terrifying.
Yeah, but I don't think it has the same thing of, like, Jinx's lips are its most sensitive part. It feels with its mouth.
Well, and that's what they fill us in here, is
It's just
because
seductive, as
the
Beck
characters are
says.
kind of like, oh, this kissing is like a little bit non-consensual. Ever heard of the big C, Smoochum? Consent?
But it's a
And
baby, so it's
But
okay.
Brock is like, well, actually, it uses kissing like we use taste or smell. I'm like, well, but we don't lick each other. But yeah, apparently it's like its sixth sense that the
It's like how
kissing
dogs
is like
sniff their
how
asses.
yeah, like how dogs sniff butts. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. It finds the hat that guy dropped, and it puts it on, and she can't see, and she runs into Brock, and that was super cute. I loved that.
So then Brock puts on the hat, and
all the girls swarm
immediately
him.
the crowd of women come back and attack him. During this attack, Brock takes off the hat, and all the women leave.
Oh.
Very interesting.
You're not Brad.
Ooh, Brad.
What a dick you are. Gee, you're not Brad, you're a dick.
You're trying to pretend to be Brad. We don't like that.
But while they're all swarming him, Togepi and Smoochum, they're kind of confused, but then they see a very real Skiploom that distracts them.
I like
and
the
they follow
babies
the
hanging
Skiploom.
out.
Yeah,
The
that's
very
very
real
cute.
Skiploom, right? Yes.
Yep.
You mean the Robotnik enemy version of
Yep.
Skiploom?
Pikachu can't get their attention, so he goes after them too, because all these girls are screaming. So can't tell Ash, hey, the babies are wandering off a cliff.
Meanwhile, up above on a billboard, a movie trailer starts playing, and this is where we see Brad Van Darn in
Ooh.
Ultra Maximum with his hit tagline, "I'll take you to the Ultra Maximum."
That was such a weak loser line for
That
that
was
trailer.
fucking hilarious.
My God.
I'll take you to the Ultra Max.
It's like, he's back on the big screen. More electrifying than a Zapdos, cooler than an Articuno, more smoldering than a Moltres. Ultra Maximum, coming to a theater near you. With all these cool shots of this guy, like, beating up bad guys and stuff. And then he finishes beating up and zooms in on his face like, I'll take you to the Ultra Maximum. Who are you talking to? You just beat them up.
That's why that's so funny to me. Like, first of all, Brad Van Darn, amazing name.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
So
Come on.
stupid. Yeah, I know.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Ultra Max, so stupid sounding. I'll
Ultra
take you
Maximum.
to the. It's like if the movie was called like Super Tornado Phenomenon, and then he's like, "I'll show you the real Super Tornado Phenomenon."
But you gotta have the moment. You need the whole theater being like, "Oh, that's the name of this movie."
That's
He's
the
a
thing. Yeah, Leo
said the name.
DiCaprio meme. Yeah.
Well, they see that. They're like, "Oh, that's the guy." I don't know how they recognize him because they only saw his eyes, but whatever.
Right.
But where are the Pokemon? Well, let's look in on Smoochum
He doesn't
and Togepi.
act like a movie star in person, and he doesn't act like a person in that movie.
That's called acting.
Yeah.
Well done. Well, Smoochum and Togepi, they're following that Skiploom into an alley. Pikachu's chasing it. They go right into a wall, into a hole in the wall, but Pikachu can't get his fat ass through the wall again. Pikachu.
And then we see,
Oh,
he's pulling
It's cute.
a Winnie the Pooh
Pooh,
stuck
yep.
in the tree thing. Now we see what's going on with this Skiploom. Team Rocket is viewing through cameras in it. Well, they are commanding this little drone of a Skiploom. Going to use it to steal Pokemon, and they're the ones that let him through the hole. Team Rocket confronts Pikachu now from the other side, and they're like, should have laid off the pork chops,
Yeah.
Pikachu? They start
Jesse's
fat-shaming him. So
Pikachu.
rude.
No, Jesse, can't do that. It's 2024. Come on. It's a real shame you're stuck. But, we're going to take a peek at you. And Jesse's like, get it, guys? Pikachu? Pikachu?
Get it? Peek at you.
Great joke, Jesse. Yeah, I know. Well, he goes to shock, but rubber gloves. He's got him, pulls at his face like the Super Mario 64 title screen. Very cute as well.
Good one.
He bolts, nothing, because shock-proof. Throw him into a shock-proof sack. Finally got Pikachu, and these two, too, because they have the babies as well.
Smoochum starts kissing them while they're enamored.
Mwah,
Very
mwah.
interesting.
Jesse fucking loves this thing.
Oh, she's into it. So cute. The gang appears. They have been close on the case, right? So they run in very quickly. Misty prescribes that, well, Team Rocket does not deserve the kissing. More like dissing, am I right? Good sick burn from Misty.
Ash, like, I wouldn't get my lips near Team Rocket if I were you. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You're 10.
That seems correct from your
Yeah.
point of view. Yeah.
They're 25. That would be weird. So
And, they stalk you, so.
that also, yeah.
So, yeah, I get where he's coming from.
Well, Bayleaf and Totodile come out. Bayleaf cuts the bag open. Totodile water guns, which makes James release the babies. Bayleaf grabs them. In a cool shot. I like this shot because it starts on Bayleaf's face and then a quick zoom out with the vines grabbing him. I just thought that was a nice shot.
Yeah, nice.
But Robo Skiploom goes for a mecha tackle, which that's not a move show. Come on. Mecha tackle.
Excuse me, mister. Mecha tackle.
Totodile water guns it back.
Would it be steel? Would that be steel type instead of normal?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
It would make sense. Now they're all wet, so it's a good time for a thunderbolt. Kaboom, blasting off again.
Yeah, one of those moments where Team Rocket kind of is there to not be there anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone's all right. That's good. Now we cut away, and Brad Van Darn is back where the kids were last, and he went back to that spot to find them and just yells, "Oh my God, where are they?" And the women all attack. This is bad. But his bald limo driver appears, and I call... This guy is a bit of a character. I know he has a name, but I called him Bald in my notes.
I just called him Bald Guy because we didn't hear his name for like 10 minutes.
Right.
Eventually, we do hear.
I warned you. Get in the limo.
His name is Vitso.
Vitso.
I
just like calling him Bald.
I wonder if he knows Tony Cut Your Dick. You know?
He's Tony Cut Your Dick's brother.
Who got out of the mob and he's doing he's doing
my
agency.
Hair. Jimmy lost my hair.
We used to call him Jimmy Lost Your Hair, but he got out of the mafia game. He went straight and now he's in the agency business. He goes by Vitso.
I'm rapidly losing my hair, so I'm allowed to use the term bald. It's not a slur.
So can Doug. You know, he can use it as well.
Why is Doug losing his hair?
No, he's bald.
He's got great hair.
He's completely bald.
He's not.
Yeah, he is. He's completely bald.
Is that a joke in the community?
No, he's totally bald. It's just CGI, his hair.
Oh, okay. Like how everyone calls Canute fat.
Yeah.
You don't know who Canute is, but
I do.
They call him Fatty. Oh, you know Canute?
Yeah, vaguely. He's the real buff guy.
He's the Norwegian bodybuilder. I think he's so funny.
He is a very humorous fella. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Anyway, you're balding.
That was a weird segue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm balding, so I'm allowed to call him a bald.
I feel like that's just a fact, like that he's bald.
We're a repressed group, Kellan.
Bald people are the most oppressed group of people in the history of ever. Even more so than gamers.
Kellan, because one of us is balding, our podcast has diversity. This is all a joke, by the way.
Doesn't matter. We're two white guys. As long as you're bald, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
I bring flavor.
Yeah.
Okay. So
anyway.
Bald takes Brad away. Now, the gang sees the limo go by, and they follow it because they're like, Brad Van Darn would probably be in a limo.
Smoochum saw Brad.
This is like a big city, so it could have been any limo, but yeah.
We're at the arena. Apparently there's some show going on. Brad's got a show. There's tons of girls around. Brock's just foaming at the mouth. They just got to figure out, how do we get Smoochum to Brad and Ash with the best detective line? If we can find a way to get inside that place, we can find a way to find him.
Yeah, that is so funny.
That is
the kind of exposition they insist in stuffing in the dialogue in this show is just crazy. What even did that mechanically tell us about the plot, right?
I don't know.
If we can find a thing to do a thing, then we can do the thing we found the thing to do with the thing.
Oh my God, we found the thing. We can find another thing to do this thing with it, and then we find a way to do that thing.
Yeah, they should just start saying that.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that means.
Oh God, I just loved that.
Cut to the inside. Brad Van Darn is sad. He's too worried to do this show because he loves his poor Smoochum. He wants to cancel. But the Bald is flipping out. What if your fans find out how much you cared about that stupid little Smoochum? It'll destroy your image, the brand that you've built up. You should have a Charizard or a Houndoom or something tough.
And there's emotional music. And Brad's like, no, I can't get rid of it. Smoochum's always been there, always believed in me. We were washing dishes to get free meals, or I was getting yelled at by my dance instructor. Smoochum was always there, encouraging me and making me believe in myself. Smoochum would never leave me, so I'll never leave Smoochum.
Smoochum actually paid for my first acting classes.
Smoochum gave me a kidney.
I can
Here's the
never
scar.
betray Smoochum. Ash is now climbing a tree to break in. Okay. And Brad actually does hear Smoochum from outside the window, but is like, did I hear him? And the bald is just like, it's in your head. Closes the curtains
It's just
on
fans.
the gang.
Just girls out there. Yeah, I don't see
Yeah.
anything. I'll find Smoochum later. Don't worry about it. He gets him out of there. So inside, the gang is talking to Vitso.
So how'd they get inside if they
I
were
don't-
trying to get inside?
the
They just
front
walk
door.
inside now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're talking to the bald. We're here to return Smoochum. And Baldy's like, yeah,
He
he
don't want
doesn't
it.
want it anymore.
He's done with that thing.
And like, did he say that? He's like,
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know.
But Brad came out of his changing room at that exact moment
There's
and
my
sees them
Smoochie.
reunited. This is huge. Starts cuddling with the Smoochum.
We
Get
can't let your
inside
parents
before
see
they
you
see you.
cuddling with a kissing Pokemon.
And the gang
They'll
takes
ruin
this as an
you.
invitation to also go inside with them.
Yeah,
Um,
Vitso really has a poor understanding of Brad's fan base too,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
He's acting like his fan base are all like biker gangs. Not that he's like got a largely feminine audience, you know.
Mhm. Team Rocket, they're looking from outside. Jessie just still really wants to see Smoochum. That's all she really cares about right now is Smoochum.
Yeah, loves the Smoochum.
Meowth and James are like kind of weirded out about Jessie not being like
They're
mean
this
and
is
nasty.
more disturbing than when she's like cruel to us.
Yeah, this is, I don't like this Jessie here. So in the green room, it's some special smoochy soup for Smoochum. Here comes the
For my
airplane,
little smoochykins.
and it's great. She's loving it. I feel like this is offensive. I think Brock calls him a cream puff in person. It's like, oh,
Yeah, that doesn't seem
Hmm.
like something that aged well. I guess better than a cream pie.
heyo, that's
Um,
a different kind of
Yeah,
actor.
it's a different kind of. But yeah, a little bit of old school. The Pokemon hasn't always aged the best.
It just means that
It
he's
is
he's
what it
got a
is.
soft inside. That's all it's saying.
Oh, sure.
I'm just
So-
saying like that. Just
Yeah,
okay.
it sounds gross.
Just sounds
Um,
weird.
So the bald is mad.
I'll
we can't
sue you
leak
if he
this
just gets out.
Yeah,
Why did I do something easy like manage a boy band?
that was a banger
It's a
line.
great line. Fuck. This guy's
Uh,
awesome. I love this guy.
a
Vitso's
very
so good.
very funny antagonist for the episode. And Brad's gonna leave Smoochum in the back because he's got a show to do.
Smoochie. Team Rocket. We see them. They've kidnapped 2 security guards and shoved them in lockers. Stolen their uniforms. Vitso finds them.
Hey, get back to work. Go to the grey room. Tell the Smoochum and the kids in there they're kicked out. They gotta go.
And so in the green room, Pikachu is entertaining Smoochum by doing some of his famous mimicry of the other Pokemon.
Yeah, impressions of
Noctowl,
all these different Pokemon. Very
Wobbuffet,
funny.
Cyndaquil, Totodile, and it even does the dance. I loved that. God,
Yeah, this was a great silly Pikachu moment,
it
actually.
really is.
And then, Team Rocket, as security guards, kicks them out. Hey, we got orders to get rid of you here. Okay, weird. So then Team Rocket, as security guards, is leading them in this back dark area. And hey, isn't this the stage? They're like kind of behind the stage. This is weird. Pull a net, captures them. Ash, sweet detective, while he's going up in the net. Those aren't security guards.
Prepare for trouble. We've got you now. We'll take all those Pokemon, then take a bow. Okay, that was good. Intense music kicks in. And this was also another pretty decent soundtrack episode. Not as good as the first one.
Not bad. Not as
Um,
good as the first one. Not bad.
But their gang's like, let us down. And they're like, okay, we'll let you down, and then we'll pull you back up again. And so they're just like,
Heave
pulling up and
ho,
down.
Heave ho.
James like, I'll
I'm
do
doing
the
the
hoeing.
hoeing.
And they'll do the heaving. James, like if you want to do the hoeing, there's other avenues there you can go down. You don't have to do
We support you, James.
Do whatever
live your
you want.
best
Follow your
life.
heart. Well, Meowth just adores the theater, though, he says.
Ooh.
So,
Brad's looking around for Smoochum and the
Mhm.
kids, and he's mad at Vitso, right? He's like, I know you got rid of them, and just runs away all mad, huffy.
Jesse is trying to get Smoochum into a cage. He's like, there's nothing to be afraid of, Smoochy Woochy. Just come to Jessie Wessie, or I'll lose my temper wemper. That was good. I liked that one, too. Meowth just finds another rope, and he's like, I wonder what this one does. And it opens the curtains, and there's a
So
whole
now
crowd of
There's
women
a whole
out there.
crowd of women. Yeah, there isn't a single man at this show, which
Don't
is kind
think
of
so.
weird.
No.
But the crowd, it groans and starts chanting, We want
We
Brad!
want Brad!
We want
We
Brad!
want Brad! So Vitso tries to stop Brad again. And he's like, you'll lose all of your fans. They can't see you with a Smoochum. But he hears Smoochum. He's like, I'm coming, Smoochum. I'm gonna save you. He gets on
Brad
stage.
runs onto the stage. The crowd loses it. Amazing. Team Rocket's screaming, go back to the movies, Brad.
Ash tells him, that's Team Rocket. They're dangerous. Be careful. Brad's like, I don't care. I'm Brad.
I'm a karate master.
I'm gonna kick ass. They'll be sorry that they ever showed up. And out come Weezing and Wobbuffet. And I think Wobbuffet has a little stage fright. Because he blushes a little bit. He seems a little nervous.
Oh, poor Wobbuffet.
I love that.
And yeah, and then Jesse switches to Arbok as
an understudy.
Understudy, that's a good one.
He was in the show. So I mean, I'll take credit for the joke, but it was in the show.
Yes.
No,
I know. I was complimenting the show, not you. Yeah. Don't worry.
Obviously.
Weezing goes for a tackle. Brad flips over it. Wow. He's got his moves. Out. He's classically trained.
Poison stings, but Brad, his acrobatics, no match. Dodges all of them. And Vitso
so
is like,
flexible, the crowd says.
Get off the stage, or your fans will find out what you're really like. And Weezing's behind him. He's right behind me, isn't he? Weezing's going for the tackle from behind, but he jumps, and Weezing bounces off the stage right into Jesse. And then Brad leaps, catches Smoochum midair. He hugs her, and the crowd's a little confused.
Smoochum on stage.
And Vitso in the back's like, no! Now I'll have to get a real job.
There goes my pool.
Talent agents this time taking strays.
Yeah.
Arbok goes for a headbutt. Brad just jumps over him again. He flies right into Meowth, who is still holding the gang's rope. So Meowth goes flying, releases the rope, gang's down, and it's time. Ash with a badass line. Time for an extra special guest star. Throws out Bayleaf. Love that. Music's really ripping ass here.
Guest starring Bayleaf with a razor leaf and a vine whip.
I think this is also again that final boss music.
When your buddies show up. Final Fantasy IX, Never Alone. Hell yeah.
Bayleaf vine whips to grab Arbok and then just throws him into Team Rocket. Just chucks him. I loved that.
Very nice. Weezing smokescreen, though, it's going to hurt the audience, so this is bad, but Noctowl's going to save the day. I blow the smoke away. Where's it blowing the smoke to? We're indoors. But it works, apparently.
Yeah. I'd blow it up, I guess. Maybe there's those, like, microwave fans on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Suck in, you know? But hey, it's Noctowl this time, not Poliwhirl. Interesting.
Yeah, true. They're back to using flapping and flipping to get rid of that smoke screen. Who's going to save the day, Kellan? They got their ace.
It's Smoochum. Is the
Star
ace.
of the episode. And using this move, Sweet Kiss. Now, this is a game move, but can you remind me what Sweet Kiss does in the game?
We'll give these losers a big kiss off. Goes for the Sweet Kiss. Yes, Sweet Kiss puts to sleep.
Oh.
Normally, I think.
Well, here it seems to cast Charm. But is Charm a Pokemon thing? I don't remember.
Okay, hold on. I got the moves because I get Sweet Kiss and Lovely Kiss confused.
I mean, that's fair.
So, Sweet Kiss is confusion. It does confusion. Lovely Kiss does sleep.
Okay, that's not too bad then.
But this is more infatuation.
And how does infatuation work again?
It's you get it through attract, and you can only use it on Pokemon of the opposite gender. And then it's just that your Pokemon has a 50-50 chance of being too infatuated to move to use an attack.
Oh, okay.
And it is unbelievably infuriating.
To me, they looked like they had Charm Afflicted, which is not a Pokemon thing, but like a lot of other JRPGs have a status affliction called Charm.
Well, that would be infatuation.
Would be like that,
thing.
Where like a heart's above your head. And sometimes they like won't attack the character who cast them, or in other games, it's like they'll start attacking their teammates because basically it's like you're simping for the enemy. Is what's going on. So
yeah, like in future generations, because infatuation showed up or debuted in Gen 2 with Attract, but it wasn't like quote unquote officially seen until Gen 3 in the anime, and they used the hard eyes for it to show infatuation, which is exactly what's happening here.
Which is the convention in other JRPGs too. Yeah, so that sounds good.
But this should be confusing. And in here, you want to know a weird little strange fact about Smoochum in Gen 2?
Sure.
So I learned this doing some research about these kissing moves. It took me to some weird sites, but I got to Bulbapedia eventually.
Okay.
So Lovely Kiss is the other kissing move, and it's like Jinx's signature move. Smoochum in Gold and Silver is programmed to be able to learn it, but only by breeding, except for the fact that it is actually unable to get Lovely Kiss via breeding because there are no male Pokemon in Gen 2 that share an egg group with Jinx that can learn Lovely Kiss.
Oh, weird.
And
Wait, so how do you get it?
So egg moves initially, Gens 2 and 3, are typically moves that a Pokemon can't learn except for breeding. They can only be passed on by the father Pokemon, so it has to be a male that passes down that move. That changed in Gen 4 onwards. But in Gens 2 and 3, it was only the male. And there are no male Pokemon in Smoochum's egg group that can learn Lovely Kiss. So Smoochum is coded to be able to learn Lovely Kiss via breeding, but it can't legitimately obtain it via breeding. Now, Jinx does just learn it. So that's just a weird thing in Gen 2.
It's convoluted.
Yeah, no,
I think I'm
right?
following. I couldn't repeat that, but
it's very, very
strange.
Weird. Like
Kissing moves.
The weird thing is that it's coded to learn it, but you can't actually get it that way, which is very strange.
Weird.
Because Jinx is also an only female Pokemon, so you can't have a father Jinx.
Father Jinx. The new hit drama coming to HBO.
Anyways. Weird Smoochum stuff that I just thought was interesting.
But in here, it acts like infatuation. Team Rocket is infatuated. They
feel nothing but
love.
It's
They're
lovely.
just floating away, which really is this is just set up to make them an easy target. Because now Pikachu can use his handy-dandy Thunderbolt, blast them off again.
Boom. Blasting off again. But the crowd loved this. Oh my god,
this was amazing.
Crazy.
What an awesome show. And Brad uses this opportunity to come out to his fan base, reveals that Smoochum is indeed his Pokemon, and he loves it. The crowd is silent. Baldy McBalderface is sad as fuck. And then, it's so cute!
They love it.
We love you, Brad!
They fucking love Smoochum.
It's amazing. It makes him so sensitive and hot.
This is really serious, though. Like, when he's like confessing, it is like, it's like he's coming out, and it's like the 90s.
It totally had that feeling.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, this is Lance Bass from Instinct coming out.
It's amazing.
Is that not what this was a parallel for Baldy McBalderson talking about boy bands too?
I mean, I don't know the Lance Bass thing, but sure.
Oh, he is a pop star, boy
I know
band
who he
pop
is. I just don't know like what specific
it was
event
like
you're
when they happened.
Referencing.
Well, he came out as gay, and at the time it was not that common.
Mm-hmm.
And it did have that effect where like, because his fan base was largely women who were largely crushing on him. So there was a lot of discussions about like brand and impact and stuff like that. But overall, there's like an incredibly positive and an amazing thing that he would come out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I that's what this felt like a parallel for. It's like an actor who's got like a certain fan base, certain perception, and like aggressive brand management. Who's like, fuck it, I'm gonna be myself now. But it's just about a Smoochum.
Yeah. This is like the real world equivalent would be if like who's a major action star?
Cruise.
Tom Cruise. It's like if Tom Cruise went on Instagram with a very serious post and he's like, guys, I don't care who knows, but I have a corgi. And that's it.
His name is Butter McButtersweet. And he is
a
softie.
He's
and
the
cuddle
cutest
with
thing.
him at night.
Oh, man.
People are like, oh my god, he doesn't have a German Shepherd. He should have a tough dog like a husky.
He needs a bulldog. Get him one of them big 3-headed dogs from Harry Potter.
He deserves Cerberus because he's so manly. Yeah,
anyway,
pretty much. So the
fan base
fans love it. What's funny here is we get a heel turn from
Vitso, just 180s.
Vitso.
Yeah.
I'm a genius. I knew it all along.
I know. I told him if we show his sensitive side, they'll love it. They're gonna go even crazier. And so, yeah, I think Misty is like, yeah, no, you're a dick. Fuck
you're
you.
A tool.
Yeah.
Hair's not the only thing you're missing. How about get some integrity?
Got him. Brad has a present for Ash. Ash hopes that it's a part in the next movie.
Part in your movie?
No, it's a kiss from Smoochum. No, Ash falls down the stairs. That was.
And Brock points out, I think you'd make a better stunt man.
I mean, he seems to be invincible and cannot die.
Oh, true.
So,
He can be lit on fire. He can be exploded. Oh, yeah.
yeah, they should hire some of these anime characters for stuntmen in the real world.
Oh, I agree. Yes,
Yeah.
if we can get them out of Cartoonville, that will
Just
definitely
pull
work.
them out. Mm.
On the street, the Pokemon song is playing, and we're looking on some TV screens in a nearby shop. That old cliche, a movie now where Smoochum and Brad are co-stars. And
Amazing.
they're climbing up a waterfall or some shit and looking around. All the
slips.
girls everywhere have Smoochum dolls.
Smoochum saves Brad, grabs him by the hand. Oh my god. And yeah, all the Smoochum merch going crazy. And then as they continue out, they head out of town, back to Olivine, with lots of sweet screen kisses to send them on their way. Ash and company set out once more as they continue on their journey to Johto. Fuck! That's the episode.
All right. Well,
It was such a good ending line until the two Johtos.
Until two Johto.
Yeah.
I've got a book for you here called Light Thickens, a 1982 detective novel by one Nagoya Marsh. Final work on some, detective serial series about a Superintendent Roderick Allen. Okay, sure. But the trope is this idea where people are watching a play, but something real is happening in the play, but they think it's part of the play. So it's basically the, like, part of the show trope, which is what's happening here, right? There's, like, a real battle going on, but the fans are all like, well, this must be the show. This one is a story set in London. It's centered around a theater production of Macbeth, and a real murder happens during the Macbeth production that the people watching actually see a murder, don't even realize a murder because they think it's part of the play.
It's also
so there you go, all part of the show.
It's also like something I've brought up before. Is in the first series of Unfortunate Event books where Count Olaf attempts to use a play to get Violet to sign a legally binding marriage document so that he can steal their fortune.
This is not the first time this trope has been in Pokemon, is it? There was that like Misty Mermaid one too, where there's like a battle with Team Rocket during their show.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All right, we gotta rate this, baby.
Let's get this thing done. Yeah. First category for the Screen Actors Guild will be the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah, not as good as the one before, but decent.
Still above average, I think.
Yeah, still above average. Lots of bombastic stuff. Of course, I'd include kind of the movie flares they're using for those stupid fucking Brad movies. That's kind of funny. Fun and upbeat kind of stuff, jovial. But I'm not as... I don't have any, like, fuck yeah musics written down like I did for the other one. So, I'll go for 6.1.
I had one or two written down. Oh, yeah, after when Bayleaf comes out, I thought the music was really, really doing some good work there in that whole action sequence. Because, like, with Brad also, like, flipping and jumping and everything, I thought that was very fun. That was the main one, I think. I can't remember if I don't have any others that I can find in my notes. But I do think it was above average of a soundtrack episode. I think last episode would have been in at least like the 9 range.
Yeah. The last episode was pretty high up.
Really good. But I think this one is above average. I'm going to go 7.2.
Okay.
So that's 6.65. And final category of the day. Oh, it's one of our pay it forwards. It's rotations per episode.
Okay, Brad's flipping around.
Yeah, that's my first thought.
There's some good rotations in that ending battle, I would say, because he's doing quite a bit of backflips.
And those are good
when those
rotations.
Like, ninjas attack him in the first movie trailer we see of his, there's some rotations there as well.
And while there are not, while those are not many rotations, I would argue that those are hefty rotations, and thus
they are.
Have,
also, anytime there's a vehicle, there are rotations, and there's a limo which would have spinning tires. Just got to be technical, Kellan.
I scrub through and find any others.
The fans' hearts are sure doing some rotations at the end.
I think that's a bit of a stretch.
Well, call this a yoga class, because that's what we're doing today, Kellan.
The Robo Skip Loom, the flower on its head spins.
Oh, that's a good one.
So there you go.
True.
There's that.
Okay, that boosts me a little. Okay, I've got a score in mind.
I'm just doing a quick scrub, see if I can find anything else, but I think that's probably all the main ones, all the good ones.
Okay, I'm going 5.9.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm that high. I'm going to go 4.3. I'm thinking. So 5.1 for that. Overall, 5.875 for the Screen Actors Guild. Nice. All right. Well, that's it, I guess.
That was
I was
two
hoping-
categories?
Yeah, we did soundtrack too.
Oh, soundtrack, right.
Yeah.
I was like, for a second, I thought that was the first category. Okay.
I was really hoping we were going to pull episode title.
Yeah.
for that one.
That is a great title,
But-
yeah. It is what it is.
It is.
And what
That
else
is all
is
of
what it is will be what we're doing next week. Kellen, what is that?
God. Well, next week, would you believe it? It is 2 more episodes. That's insane.
It's good. I
That's
love
crazy.
consistency. I
Me
love
too.
oatmeal.
Oatmeal's fine. I like it, but there are many better breakfast options.
Oats have good macros, though. Good fiber.
I mean, yeah, but sure. Anyway, next week, 2 episodes, starting with episode 206, Right On, or in Japanese,
Nice.
Follow the surfing side on! Exclamation question. The
Ooh,
battle at
fun.
the lake! Exclamation.
Whoa, so many names flying at me.
Here's
Adventure.
here's another real long one, followed by episode 207, The Kecleon Caper, where we will see a Gen 3 Pokemon.
No way. First
yeah,
time?
I know, right? It's crazy.
First time?
I think
Crazy.
so. Or in Japanese, where's Kakurion? Exclamation question. Huge chaos created by the invisible Pokemon! Exclamation mark.
Whoa, huge chaos created by the invisible Pokemon. Wow.
And yes, it is the first appearance of a Gen 3 Pokemon in the animated series.
Crazy. Okay, very excited. Had no idea that was coming so
Mhm.
soon. And what else is coming soon is the end of our podcast
No!
this week. So
Today's
thank you for
episode, yeah.
listening. Just today. We'll be back next week, like we just said we were going to be.
Crazy.
This has been Kill A Delibird, Graham and Kellan. Thank you for listening. Of course, you can find us wherever fine podcasts are downloaded. Audio versions are on Spotify, Apple, etc. Please engage with those platforms. Helps the show a lot. We're on YouTube.com. Channel is HydraLeech. Love engaging with everyone there. Leave comments, shout-outs there, whatever you'd like. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, all of that social media bullshit. If you'd like to give us questions about the episodes to answer during them, you can hit us up at 2killadelibird@gmail.com. You can also reach us on Twitter and Blue Sky. Handles are 2killadelibird. Intro and outro music is 80 Synthwave by Alexi Action. Kellan runs a TikTok. The channel is HydraLeeches. And then also twitch.tv/HydraLeeches, where you can find some fun gameplay, hangout, VODs, etc. Anything else, Kellan?
I don't think so. I think you covered everything.
Well, what's your favorite Brad Van Darn movie?
Um,
Isn't it crazy how he was both in Legends of the Fall and Bloodsport? So, 2 very different movies.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Legends of the Bloodsport.
I really liked Kung Fu Pancham too. That was a good one. He was really good in that.
A river runs through Universal Soldier. Yeah, that one's wild.
Yeah. Dragon Knight Eyes was really good as well. I liked that. Yeah. So limited release
Dragon
though.
Knight
So
Eyes,
it was
very
tough.
good name.
Now he was also in the Minions: The Rise of Grumpig. That's crazy. Did you know that?
Minions: The Rise of Grumpig.
Grumpig. Yeah.
No, I had no idea. I'm still on matching up Brad Pitt and Van Damme movies.
Oh yeah.
But I ran out of being able to think of Van Damme movies. What's a 4th one?
See, I'm just on Van Damme's Wikipedia trying to find any kind of pun I can make.
He's in Despicable Me?
The Rise of Gru, specifically. He plays
I had no
Jean-Claude, Clawed.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's like in what the fuck's that movie? Expendables 2. He plays someone named Jean Villain. And yes, he is the bad guy. Villain.
Nice. I'm tapped out of puns. I don't think I made a single good one, but I think that's all I've got.
I think we can
unfortunately.
make a joke out of those.
Oh,
when you
Double
edit it.
Team. He was in Double Team. That's a Pokemon move. Good night, everybody. I'm here all week.